what are they? In today's episode, we'll be looking at Kyodai, Soul of Kamigawa, and it's a 5-colour shrine build, and we're looking to get all the shrines out and to crush our opponents using shrines. So, what shrines can you expect to see in this video? Well, the answer to that question is all the bloody shrines, because after all, it's a shrine build. We've got the Sanctum, the Goshen Tai, the Stone Fangs, the Lost Wisdom, and amongst the others, you can see them all here. We've even got a land, Godless Shrine, just for that extra flavour. Ultimately, you'll want Sanctum of all. This is where all the shrines go to bed at night, and this is where they wake up in the morning to say hello and to crush your opponents. Basically, it's an enchantment build. Let's go back to the body of the main deck. So, typically, with a shrine build, you're looking to get things out like Nexus Wardens, and it says, whenever an enchantment enters the battlefield, you gain 2 life, but most importantly, it's probably card draw. So you're looking for things like Cetessan Champion, which says whenever enchantment enters, you put a counter on Cetessan Champion, and importantly, you also draw a card. And the same can be said is true of Sato Enchanter, which is the same ability. We can also see it here in the Sithis Harvest Hand, grazing around the savannah. But this is somewhat more of an important ability because it's a cast trigger. Whenever you cast an enchantment, you gain a life and you draw a card. And can you see why that's important? Yes, it's because it's a cast trigger. And a cast trigger is infinitely better than ETB because it doesn't matter if the spell's countered. So as long as you've got Sithis, you can draw some cards to refill your hand. But yeah, if you're looking to spend a lot of wild cards, then this is the place because the land base is utterly ridiculous. There's probably about 500 lands here, all of which will be rare in nature. So good luck making this deck, and if you can't afford the deck, then I'm sorry. Not many can, but look at the deck list below, and perhaps one day you can make this land base. But apart from that, the rest of the deck's quite cheap. If you do want to see my thoughts after the gameplay, stick to the end of the video where I'll be describing my thoughts on the very planet itself and the deck, of course. That's why you're here after all. But yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe to see more commentary like this from the BBC. So until then, enjoy the gameplay. Don't forget to like and subscribe.
So we're facing Ishin 2 Heavens as 1, so there'll be a Mardu Samurai double triggers deck. Our starting hand is not too great. We don't have green for into the north, which is a bit annoying, but we do have the swords and the Godless Shrine, so let's keep a risky hand, I guess. I'd also like to thank David for offering his voice for the introduction and the outro of the video, so thank you very much, David. Attenborough, that is. So they're using nice Dracula lands there. So Triumphant Adventurer. Is this an issue? They're going to get to venture on the attack. But would I rather do a bit of ramping? I think so. Yeah, I want to get the Mind Stone out. And then the sooner we can get out the Sanctums, the better. But yeah, if they go for Ishin here, they're going to get double Adventure on the attack. Okay, so then go for Clamour Shaman instead. Or Clamour Shaman. So luckily we don't have any blockers anyway, so this is not really going to be that effective. Let's hope we can get our hands on some green mana soon. Oh, Despark. I think, yeah, we'll go for the Honden of Night's Reach, so start making them lose a bit of card advantage with this. And then the following turn we can go for the swords and maybe the Sanctum. So they're getting quite a bit of advantage from the double triggers there, as you can see. But luckily nothing too scary yet. They are able to ramp, however. So following turn they might have access to 6 mana, which could be scary. Okay, so we're going to start making them discard now, which is really important. Oh, and we got rid of their long reach of night, which is very powerful. But for now, I think I'm going to exile the Ishin, and that should hopefully buy us a little bit of time. And then we can go for the Sanctum. And this red Sanctum is going to be really important because it's going to be able to kill a few of their guys for us, hopefully. By discarding a land card or a shrine. So they could just go for Ishin again here. Goldspan Dragon, yikes. Okay, but we do have the despark for that. Yeah, they're certainly getting their value from the Triumphant Adventurer. We're down to 8 though, which is pretty low. Oh, and yet another shrine as well. This is going to be good for blockers, but for now, I just want to get rid of the dragon because that's very scarily close to us getting killed. And so I do want to play the land, but I also want to be able to kill one of their guys. So I think I'm just going to hold up for now. It's a shame you can't just discard any card, but... Ilarg. So that's got a trample, not haste. So yeah, we definitely want to kill the Triumphant Adventurer because that's... Although saying that, would it be good if I just killed that guy as well? Yeah, I'm happy to do that. Just discard a shrine. I mean, we've only got 8 life, so we have to be really careful here. So got another land. I think I play this, and then just go for another land with Into the North. But yeah, they've been able to apply a lot of pressure very early. Okay, so they've got no creatures in the hand, which is good. So we won't die this turn. It's a real shame we don't have another creature to make indestructible, but they have trample anyway, so... I guess we'll make that indestructible. And yeah, we won't block. So we'll be down to 2. So we could just be dead here. What could we do? This goes to 8. 2. I suppose what I could do is just discard, sacrifice a Mindstone, draw a card, see what we get. Okay, so it's yet another land. Interesting. 2 shrines times 2 is 4 damage. And that's 5 to make it 8. So even if we discarded 2 lands, that's 2 damage twice to Ishin. And we can't block the Ilarg. So might as well just play the land anyway. Yeah, that's a real shame. Oh well, it matters not. Yeah, it was always going to be a very fast deck. If only we had a way to gain a couple of life. Yeah. But yeah, they've definitely won here. Oh well, moving on to the next game then. Okay, so opponent goes first with Tosa Karlov. They're going to be a creature dying kind of deck. I guess that's every deck, isn't it? Creature dying. Everything's going to die eventually. So it's a bit deep, isn't it? Starting is actually quite nice. We can do a bit of ramping, removal, some synergy with enchantments. They're going to Thoughtseize now, aren't they? No, they're going to go for a Chef. Casualties of War is going to be really sweet if we can get this off. If we can get about 2 or 3 targets with that, it'll be quite nice. Okay, let's go for the Cold Steel Heart first, because that's a tapped mana source. And go for green or white, maybe. Sagoth. Well, Sagoth, that is... Yeah, so I think we'll go for white here. Despite needing black, black, green, green. We just need double white for the Archon, and we only have one here. I wonder if their hands is full of removal spells, because normally creature decks like this, they play out stuff on curve. Arena. That's going to be good for our casualties to hit. So if that's what they're doing, let's give it into the north. And then I think I'm going to go for the grave. Untapped. And yeah. Let's see what they go for. If they go for Dictator Karloff, I'm definitely going to Fateful Absence that, because they've got another creature anyway. But saying that, yeah. Yeah, definitely. Because this is the enchantment we need to hit. This is an enchantment too, but you can't choose two enchantments with the casualties. Looks like Plan A is coming true for us. And this is going to be really mean, because we can also destroy the artifact with the casualties. So we're going to get 4 targets here. But it's got to be done. So land, enchantment, creature, artifact. And let's get rid of the dragon as well. Yeah, it always feels mean doing that, but it's not going to stop people doing it to us just by feeling mean. We've got to back up the feelings. Let's go for the most expensive Honden first. This will give us some 1/1s. I couldn't have gone for the Archon, really, because I want to go... It just gets desparked anyway, yeah. So that I think that was the right move, to be honest. They've only got 1 white source. Fracture, okay. They're making their own casualties of war, apparently. 4, 5, 6, 7. So we go for this. I've also got space for the Goshen Tie, which gives us a 2/2. Do they have another removal spell? Quite possibly. They did hold off there. Now you could put a few gods in this kind of deck, because the World Tree cares about gods, right? So that is just another direction you could go in. Bastion. Okay. If we get to untap, this could be decent. So for now we can just swing in, and we do have lifelink, which is good. Don't know why he's looking at the flyers. Maybe he's got a way to sacrifice and kill something. And I don't really want to go for the emergency sequence yet, because if you don't play a land, you only get a 1/1, because it makes a 0/0 with counters on it equal to the number of lands that enter the battlefield this turn. So if you went for Scape Shift and then this is awesome. Do they attack? Of course they don't. They're clever. We'll make the Archon indestructible. So now we've got this. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we might as well pay to make that big. And then we can get the land as well. We even have the 1 mana open for the Goshen Tie. And swing with the fly, guys. So they're very close to death here. I believe the only way they can get out of this is with some kind of exile board wipe. Yeah, because yeah, my Kyodai was protecting the Archon, so interestingly, they will get a few triggers off this, so they should have waited, because that would have actually, because Taser's in the graveyard, right? So creature dying causes trigger ability. So if you look at Bastion, they would have actually gained 1, 2, 3, 4, and we would have lost 4. So they would have been at 6 if they just let the triggers resolve, and we would have actually not been able to kill them. They could have lasted one more turn and possibly come back in. But yeah, fair enough. It does, obviously, if their field's wiped, it just feels pretty bad. We go first against Big Daddy Bolus. Big Daddy Bolus. And starting hand is pretty sweet. We've got Tatsunari and a couple of really cool cards to synergize with him. I could... yeah, let's go for the Kami first. And then whenever you cast an enchantment spell, put a counter on Kami of Transience. Transience. And yeah, so we can slowly power him up. And pray for land drop. So we can start getting our other things out. Come on, land. I mean, that's sort of a land. I mean, it's a guaranteed land, really, isn't it? But it's not a land drop, per se. So I suppose we'll go for red. But yeah, it contributes to putting stuff in the graveyard, which is what I want to do, because search, once search flips, you get extra mana as well. Ketria Triome. It's not black source. I would like black for the Tatsunari. Oh, that's good. So for now... let's go for this Honden. So interestingly, they haven't played a single spell yet, which worries me, because does that mean their hand is just full of haymakers at this point? Could potentially be. Hedron Archive. So they're going to have Bolus in the following turn, which is very, very scary. It's a black source land. I guess we need it, don't we? We do need it. Okay, let's see what they do. We have Fateful Absence to kill the Bolus if they do go for him. They're at 10. So it's a bit freaky. They could deal the damage thing, 7 damage, but then we could flash in the Kyodai. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. Thought erasure. So we can still protect our Kami. Now, interestingly enough, if we get... what do we need? White, blue, black. So if we get the right mana, we could potentially win on our next turn. As long as they don't have a way to interrupt our Kyodai being cast. But they don't have any black sources. So I have to wonder... maybe they've got a counter spell here? If they counter Kyodai, then they save themselves. Let's protect the Kami of Transience. Heroic Intervention. That's cool. That's really cool. It says permanents you control gain hexproof. Okay, so let's swing in for 7. And that's green, right? Okay, just want to be careful. So I could have gone... okay, fair enough. Yeah, that was very lucky. Things could have ended very differently. If they had a board wipe, it would have been very difficult at that point. But yeah, that was very lucky. We go first against Ren and Stimpy, the cat and the dog, that are in a relationship, I guess, of some kind. They look very happy together, sat atop a mountain range somewhere. This is actually probably one of the strongest meme decks I've ever faced. So do not underestimate it. Basically, they can make lightning helix for 3 mana every turn. I think we go for the white here. But yeah, so whenever they cast a dog, you get a cat. Whenever you cast a cat, you get a dog. Pay 3. It deals damage to any target equal to the number of dogs you control. You gain life equal to the number of cats. How cute. Let's go for the Hallowed Haunting here. So once we start casting enchantments, we get spirits. And the spirits get bigger for every other spirit you have. Replicating ring. Okie dokie. So we can't even cast the Sanctum, which is somewhat annoying. Let's go and find a land first. That is not what I was thinking of there. I could just destroy their thing, right? How much toughness? 4. Yeah, we can't kill their general anyway, so we might as well just go for the ring. Send a message. Kill the one ring. Why is this guy's hand invisible on this artwork? Does anyone know that? This is from Card Time, right? So if you wear the ring, you get invisible. Is that meant to be just like riffing off Lord of the Rings, I guess? Not sure. As if I don't have any black mana yet. But yeah, this is cool. Cool artwork. Rambunctious Mutt. Destroy target artifact or enchantment. Well, that really does kind of suck if I didn't have the Kyodai. Yeah, we need removal for that. As I said, it's a meme just because I have, you know, cats and dogs, you know, what could a cat and a dog do? But you'd be surprised. Cultivate. Here we go. So we're going to get the black mana now. So we're going to get some defense systems online. And I think we swing in because it's not a great blocker. Unbelievably, I think that Cultivate kind of kept us in the game, so we'll see how much longer we can last here. That is a big dog. Keeper of Fables. So now whenever they attack in, they're going to draw a card. Tatsu Nari. No, that's not useful right now. Sanctum, however, is very nice. And I am going to keep Kyodai back as a blocker. We can also pump him to make him an 8/8 or her. I'm not sure what gender the Kyodai actually is. There are like female faces on their head, so I'm not really sure. Someone might be able to tell me that. Once we get a few more enchantments out, then we can all fly and have vigilance, which is pretty good. Attacking with everything. Let's see if they have any response to us pumping Kyodai then. Interesting. I think I'm going to get rid of the Keeper of Fables. Ah, they've got a board wipe, haven't they? Yeah. This is very typical of a board wipe. But at least we keep all our juicy stuff. Shatter the Sky. Okay. Fair enough. Okay, Signet. Okay, so we got lucky there. We didn't. I was thinking it was going to be something like Farewell, which would have been able to exile all enchantments as well, which would have been terrible for us. Another Honden. Sweet. So we can start rebuilding our dudes. And I guess we could go for the Tragic Poet as well. This is nice backup in case we lose anything. Okay, so here comes Ren and Stimpy again. So many doggos here. So I might as well tap down the Alpine Handmaster here. Because I don't want to take any damage, to be perfectly honest. How many shrines do we have? We have 1, 2, 3, 3 shrines. That's annoying. I guess we can kill the Handmaster. See, Dance of the Mons would be great, but we don't have anything in the graveyard. Mountain. Yeah, nothing would have been worthy of getting back, would it? Would it? No, not really. So, yeah, happy to pass the turn. So before they get enough stuff to kill other things, I mean, yeah, I don't really think I'm that scared about the Ren and Stimpy yet. Strix Haven Stadium, however, is a bit scary. Okay, so here comes the ultimate army. Okay. Right, so I just want to flash at the Kyodai just to see how much mana I've got left after this. And once again, I think I'm going to protect... You know what, I'm going to protect the Cleric. Makes a good blocker. And then I can also tap down the Rin and Seri, which would be useful. Okay, so once again we're getting some really nice triggers here with the Honden. 3 damage. I guess the dog, I feel bad killing dogs. Conundrum's not going to be good. Oh, Sithis. Let's use the Iskanta to see if we get another shrine. That would be pretty good. Nothing at all. I'm scared of playing Sithis without getting any triggers off. Let's just attack with the one guy here. So they attack us with 10 things, we lose. So we'll keep the intervention up, I think. Yeah, it's funny. We've got some great things, but oh boy, they're getting a lot of tokens here. This can deal damage to any target, so we have to be cautious. They've got 1 dog, 2 dogs, 3 dogs. Okay. Not sure what I really want to do. Oh, okay, they're attacking with the Rin. Damn. Felt really lucky there. I guess we could have had it under control with the killing one thing a turn, but that felt very risky. I feel like they should have used the ability a bit more, but oh well.
Welcome back to the end of the video. This is where I'll be giving you some thoughts and opinions on what I thought was good and bad about the deck today. So Kyodai is a somewhat powerful general in that he can protect your best and most valuable assets, flashing him in at 4 mana, and also partly a win con because you can then pay 5 mana to give it +5/+5, and then of course you can swing in for 8 damage, and it shouldn't take too many hits to finish your opponent off. But one thing I would say about the rest of the deck is it's very weak and vulnerable if you have not many ways to draw card advantage. Obviously, a lot of the cards in the deck rely on your shrines being out, but if your shrines aren't out, then you're going to struggle to accrue advantage, and I probably didn't put enough ways to draw cards in, apart from, Sage Enchanter, the Citizen Champion, and the Sithis obviously are in there, but they rely on enchantments, so perhaps putting more enchantments in would make it more beneficial. Looking at the account, I've only got 23 in here, but of course you could ramp this to 30, maybe 40, to ensure you get even more hits, because after these things are removed, you're a bit buggered, I do believe. One other unusual downside is that there are so many rares in the land slot that I feel as though it skews who I face, and a lot of the time I was faced against a lot of slither players, and slivers aren't a great deal of fun to play against because they're very one-track mind and kill you very quick. I know we're enchantments and shrines, but you know, we try and do different things here on this channel, so just keep that in mind. Maybe if you made the land base a bit cheaper, having more uncommons and tap lands, maybe you'll see a decrease in the powerful decks that you face. But yeah, some of the best shrines, obviously, Sanctum of All, really fantastic. Honden is good, but late game it's not very good because if they don't have any cards in their hand, it's kind of a dead card. But yeah, then obviously Sanctum of Stonefangs, really good way of draining your opponents and gaining some life along the way. That's all I can really think about for now. But if you enjoyed watching these videos, then appreciate if you give me a like and a sub. Stay tuned for more videos coming up in the future, and yeah, hopefully we'll see you next time. Until then.
If you enjoyed watching this video, why not try some of my other videos on my channel? And don't forget to support me by hitting the like and subscribe button for more content like this.